Sharper Point Commentary.
According to a diplomatic cable, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has ordered embassies and consulates around the world to pause scheduling any new interviews for student and exchange visitor visas. Student visas, known as F1s, are exactly what they sound like. The J1 visas, the exchange visitor visas, allow non-immigrants to come to America for educational, cultural, or scientific exchange programs. So it also surrounds education. And it shows why we here in Arizona, thousands of miles from the homes of these students and educators, should be concerned about whether these visas get issued. Arizona is a top destination to study abroad. We host thousands of international students at our universities. In fact, ASU has more than 15,000 international students representing more than 150 countries. And ASU says it is the #1 public university chosen by international students anywhere in the country. Those students bring money with them and contribute to our economy while they're studying here, and often end up staying in Arizona or remaining in America elsewhere, helping our country become a stronger country by adding their brain power to it. So why is the U.S. State Department pausing new student visa interviews around the world? ABC News' Stephen Portnoy got a look at that diplomatic cable I mentioned earlier and explains why the pause is on.
The whole idea here is to ramp up scrutiny and surveillance of social media usage of those who would come to the United States under student visas. The U.S. government under President Trump wants to have a sense of what these people believe, what they've said, what they've done, and how they have demonstrated it on social media. They're particularly interested for looking for evidence of the participation in demonstrations or expressions of support for pro-Palestinian causes, or as they would say it, pro-Hamas support. In the aftermath of the October 7th attack on Israel and Israel's response to it.
Surveillance sounds so ominous, but really surveilling social media isn't very hard. It doesn't require many spy techniques. You just log on to Insta or X and sneak a peek at what somebody's saying publicly and see if they are pro-Palestinian, which shouldn't be a reason to deny someone entry into the U.S., but if they are also anti-Semitic and anti-America, then yes. You have to find somewhere else to get your engineering degree. Try someplace like London, where a UK expat in my neighborhood tells me anti-Semitism runs rampant. It's reasonable to not let people who hate us to join us here in America, especially the ones who hate burn so hot they're willing to let the world know about it on social media. Those folks can stay on their side of the world. Now, as to whether or not international students have a right to freedom of speech once they get here, I suppose they do. Either the supreme law of the land, the Constitution, applies to everybody who is within the confines of America, or it doesn't. But as a guest in the U.S., you better follow the letter of the law. And building a camp on campus to make your anti-Semitic views heard is a violation of law. So is supergluing yourself to the road, blocking Americans from getting to work, and you should be kicked out of the country at that point. And I say this as the offspring of one of the developers of super types of glue at Bell Laboratories. My biological father held a doctorate in chemistry that he achieved as an international student from Jamaica. Afterward, he married my mom and became an American. One who thought that international students who hate America should find somewhere else to go to school.
Thanks for watching Arizona's Morning News. Click to watch more from KTAR News and hit the button in the middle to subscribe.